Well, welcome everyone to CDR Live. I think the other piece is just dealing with your clients. If you're all one thought, you're not going to be able to deliver.
Yeah, I completely agree. And the research would agree with you as well. We know that when you have more diversity of thought, it is harder because it does create more conflict, but that conflict generates a higher level of creativity, and more creative solutions leads to better business performance.
If you'll tell me a little bit about your leadership and how that evolved and your journey.
It's a flexible leadership style where, because every portfolio company is very different. They all have different teams. They all have different needs. They're all in different stages of development. Right. And so I try to mold my leadership based on what that company needs, rather than sort of doing the same style every time.
I do think my STEM background, and Elaine, you said it, it's really about being curious and wanting to learn. That has served me very well, both as a leader and also as a woman leader, because that curiosity, that confidence, that ability to realize you'll get there in your own time is important.
I love that. Right.
But the absolute most rewarding thing for me is when you see somebody that, whether you've mentored or you've influenced, and you see them be successful in something. So it was like that last role when it all pulled together and you see people shine.
Oh yeah.
That was like the most, it's like a proud moment.
My advice to them is just go for it. There's all sorts of things you can do with an engineering degree or a technical degree. It's just a wonderful foundation for kind of no matter what you do. And it does just teach you a logical way to approach problem solving. Don't be discouraged. Don't let people say to you, this is too hard, or you won't have as much fun in college if you do this.
I figured out that volunteering, if you just put your hand out and introduced yourself and look people in the eye, it's a big deal. You can see how stunned they are when you do it. Obviously, growing organizations is one of my favorite things. It goes. Right. My challenge was growing the membership. So I grew it from, I think it was 300 to 660. The other thing I did was strategize what succession looked like, because I knew. And I brought in like the next 3 chairs, making sure this organization really had everything we needed so that we could get to be what it is today, 15 years later.
I met her when she was the chief learning officer at the Pentagon at the Department of Defense. Leslie is the idea person, the visionary behind CDR Coach. You wanted to get some measures on all the talent. Where is the talent? Let's find it.
Sometimes we discover a diamond in the rough. And there was this very high level person in the Pentagon. He wasn't a leader. He was a worker bee in an organization. And he had been thrust into this leadership role because somebody left and they just shoved him up into it because he was the last person standing, so to speak. Okay. And he was doing a really good job.
Yeah.
And he was surprised. I said, why are you surprised? He said, because I never thought I could do this. And I said, well, it's because one, you never took this assessment. I was never here to tell you that you could do it. And no one had given you the opportunity.
Because I did this when I was actually like a VP and on my way up, identifying what values do you want to hold close as you make your way in business. Then when you come across certain tough decisions where there's really not a good answer, but you got to make a decision, you just bring those values close to you and say, okay, I'm going to try to make the best decision I can based on my values. My values are going to be trust, honesty, integrity, accountability, and excellence. Like those.